I bring this up today to all our viewers as these are stories which may sound great in real life, but they're also mythbusters and have a science behind them. So, lend me your ears. Namaskar and welcome to India Science. Today we bring to you Science Primetime Stories, a kaleidoscope of scientific developments that have happened this week and snippets from the world of science. Today in the show, we will talk about flash floods in Uttarakhand, microplastics found in unborn babies, satellites that monitor elephant population. We will talk about an interesting development in the lithium-ion battery sector. So, let's dive in. Uttarakhand is in the news again after flash floods hit the state's Chamoli district, killing over 32 people. Another 200 are reported missing. So landslides or glacial bursts, what caused the Chamoli disaster? On 7th of February 2021, the water levels of the Rishi Ganga river, a tributary of the Dhauli Ganga, rose, washing away people and property in its wake. The deluge destroyed the Rishi Ganga power project, some bridges, the Rainy village, the NTPC Tapovan hydro power project downstream on the river Dhauli Ganga and the Joshimath Malari highway. But what happened on the 7th of February? A glacier reportedly broke off in Uttarakhand's Chamoli district, and when glaciers melt, they form a glacier lake. The water from the lake slowly drains out in the form of a river. Imagine, even a few chunks of massive glacier breaks and falls into the lake. That will not only increase the volume of the lake, but will also increase pressure. As a result, water gushes out and causes flash floods in the river. The southern division of Chamoli consists of mountains made up of sedimentary and low-grade metamorphic rocks. Naturally, when a large volume of water comes down at such a massive speed, it will wash away sediment rocks and boulders. It will cause erosions and landslides, and any kind of man-made infrastructure like dams, buildings will be washed away. So whenever you hear a glacial burst, it means bursting of a glacial lake. The proper geographic term is glacial lake outburst flooding. Satellite images show that a large chunk of fresh snow from a mountain near Raini village in Chamoli district had dropped off, possibly causing the flash flood. The resulting avalanche could have released 3 to 4 million cubic meters of water into the rivers. A 2019 study warned that climate change is causing Himalayan glaciers to melt twice as fast since the start of the century. These findings come after 40 years of satellite observations across India, China, Nepal, and Bhutan. The melting of Himalayan glaciers has doubled since the start of the 21st century. Moving on to the next story. Cyborg babies might sound great in science fiction, but in real life, I'm not so sure. Microplastics, which form during plastic degradation, measure smaller than 5 millimeters. They have been in the news for quite some time now, mainly because they are found in the food we eat, the water we drink, and the air we breathe. According to a study, they seem to have found their way into the placenta, an organ that nourishes and protects a developing fetus. The fear is that these compounds might upset the fetus' developing immune system. I should add that the health impacts of microplastics are not clear yet. The researchers speculate that expectant mothers may have consumed or breathed in these particles, which may have entered the placenta through the bloodstream. They were mostly 10 microns and were found in the birth, both the mother and the fetus sides of the placenta. The team thinks that the particles could be traced back to paints, adhesives, plasters, polymers, cosmetics, personal care products, and dyeing cotton or polyester textiles. Moving on to our next story. The mighty elephant populations are under threat due to poaching, human-animal conflicts, and loss of habitat. So what can conservationists do to save them? The first step is estimating the elephant population in the wild. These numbers could give scientists an accurate picture of the extent of the threat the pachyderms face. One way of surveying them is using human crewed aircrafts, but they are not perfect and are prone to errors. Now, scientists think it's possible to keep tabs on the pachyderm population from space. Earth observation satellites orbiting 600 kilometers above the planet's surface could do a better job than conventional methods. According to BBC, these satellites could scan about 5,000 square kilometers of elephant habitat on a single cloud-free day. Scientists recently used satellites to survey South Africa's Addo Elephant National Park, where elephants roam in large numbers. The images captured by the satellites were fed into a computer algorithm called machine learning, whose job was to identify elephants from the images. Experts hope to replace conventional surveillance methods with this advanced technology. And moving on to story number 4. Our next story will talk about an interesting development in the lithium-ion battery sector. These batteries power our laptops, smartphones, electric vehicles, and scientists who helped bring the lithium-ion technology to light went on to win the Nobel Prize in 2019. The popularity of these batteries has grown by leaps and bounds. They are not as efficient as nickel and cobalt-based batteries, both of which have raised some safety concerns. What's more, nickel is expensive. So, researchers found a way to lower lithium-ion batteries' costs while improving their performance and safety. These advances could help build more efficient electric vehicles and thus a world with lower carbon emissions. All of us want that, don't we? And according to a new scientist, when scientists warmed the lithium batteries to 60 degrees and sustained it, the batteries performed better than nickel and cobalt-based batteries. The study comes at a time as the world tries to opt for electric vehicles as an alternative to the more polluting gasoline-powered vehicles. And with that, friends, this is a wrap of this edition of Science Prime Time. Stay with us every Friday at 9 p.m. Keep watching India Science. Namaskar.